Bluff City Media presents the No Bluffing Podcast. Stepping up to the microphone are your hosts, Christian Ingram and Evan Hayes. Now, let's get to the show.
Grizz Nation, what it do? I am Evan Hayes, and welcome to the No Bluffing Podcast, where we keep it all the way real, all the way raw, and all the way uncut about your Memphis Grizzlies. Yes, we are back. Well, at least I am back to bring y'all the content. Of course, we have been gone for too dang long. As my boy JD said, I don't cuss often, but where the hell y'all been, man? I can't get into everything why I've been very busy. Chris has been very busy. Chris is still busy, and he will be back soon. But I was challenged by a particular a Bluff City Media YouTuber or podcast that y'all can bet who it is. I ain't gonna name drop him right now, but he challenged me to keep the pod going in my boy's absence. So I hope to rise to the challenge. But yeah, man, we're still here. We're back for good now. So we're going to bring y'all the content. I am in the director's chair, the point guard's chair, whatever you want to call it. I'm not used to it. We're going to try to keep it going. But it's not just me. I have a very, very special guest to bring on, one of my dear friends, one of my mentors. He is the representative for Bluff City Media for the Memphis Grizzlies. He is the head writer for Fansided, the Beale Street Bears. He's also a writer for Fansided, Tennessee Titans website too. Welcome to the stage, Parrish Sharkey. What's up? I gotta give you some claps, my boy. Y'all tap in for my boy. I gotta give you some claps. Hold up, give you some claps. Yeah, y'all clap it up for my boy Parrish. Y'all clap it up for my boy Parrish.
Good job with the intro, man.
Yeah,
See you in the hosting seat now.
Yeah, you know, people clapping a little too much, but you know, not too much on me. But yeah, Parrish Sharkey is joining me for the show this week on a very short notice. You know, I ain't gonna spoil who's gonna be the guest next week, but they unfortunately had some things coming up. So my boy Parrish will be in my seat today. You know, normally we switch, but he's in my seat today. So Parrish, how are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. Check out Trippery off King Meeks, man. I'm hitting the barbershop Wednesday, actually.
What you say?
He said he just left the barbershop.
He just left the barbershop. Oh yeah.
I'll be that Wednesday.
Yeah. I'm still kind of chop, kind of not. You know, I'm that in between. So like I'm maybe like a week away from the chop. What's up, King Meeks? What's up, JD? What's up, everybody that's tapping in? I hope y'all keep circling. I hope y'all doing good. But as always, y'all, the show must go on. I got the new banners today, y'all. I've been trying to get my break. As your host, Evan Hayes and Parrish Sharkey. Of course, y'all can find us at the No Bluffing Pod on Twitter. My boy Parrish's Twitter is the _P Sharp. You can find him for everything that he does. He's a busy man. He does a little bit of everything. Of course, my Twitter is E11 Hayes, and Chris's is Cribman. The _ just because he ain't here don't mean he's not part of the show. He will be back soon, so y'all still follow us on there. But as always, y'all, we gonna get into the No Bluffing news. We got a lot to talk about. Let me get this music going. Turn me up in the headphones real quick. Yes, sir. The first topic for today is Las Vegas Aces win the WNBA title in a sweep. My boy Parrish, what did you think of the WNBA finals? Did you think it was going to be a sweep? What do you think about A'ja Wilson getting finals MVP? I know you were watching. Give me your thoughts on the WNBA finals.
Man, bro, she sent me in her status just to go. So it's not really too much argument left on it. For the longest, I had Maya Moore just to go. A'ja Wilson, hard denied for 4 MVPs, 3 championships. Yep. She got 3 championships in 4 years. You know, Maya Moore had 4 championships, so she only had 1 MVP. But you know, she retired. She left early. Like she only played 8-9 years. She went to 6. She went to 6 finals in 8 years. So it was hard to kind of like, hey. Yeah. But yeah, A'ja Wilson, man, that was amazing performance. Me personally, I know same was, you know, he was talking trash to me because I said I had Phoenix winning because I thought Alyssa Thomas think this was her third time. I thought, okay,
Yeah,
she gonna finally, get off the hump. The Aces, they kind of was, they were looking a little shaky. The first 2 rounds, when I say they barely got out, they both rounds.
barely
They
got
won
it.
at the
Barely
end.
got it. Yes,
When they cut the lights off, we didn't know if the girl made the shot against Seattle in Game 3.
yeah.
Then the semifinals, they went to overtime with the Indiana Fever missing
They did. Without Jalen Kirk, yeah, like Indiana Fever was injured, hoes, and they still played them very tough. So I can see why most people thought that. But I personally had no what's the word? What's the opposite of confidence? Like skepticism? Yeah, no doubt about the Aces, because I believe that AJ Wilson is the best women's basketball player that ever touched the earth. Yes, Maya Moore is very great. She was my previous goal, of course, Lisa Leslie, Tamika Catching. You have to pay respect to the greats. But I think AJ Wilson has cemented herself as you rimmed off her resume. And also to start 12-12 and turn your season around that fast to win a championship and sweep, you have to testament to her and Becky Hammon. Becky Hammon is also, you have to put her in the upper echelon of just great coaches, men or women's basketball, because the fact that she was able to turn, well, obviously the Aces already had a roster, but when she's here, they've won. Like, that's been the pedigree and that's been the trend. You have to give her credit on that. I didn't think it was going to be a sweep, but did you think it was going to be a sweep?
Oh no, especially after how Game 1 went, because Phoenix had to lead like majority of the game, and the Aces came back and won. So after Game 1, you was like, oh yeah, we setting up for the first ever. That was the first ever 7-game series. So we like, oh, this y'all might go to full distance. Then they blew them out Game 2, Game 3, beat them again. I think Sabali got hurt late in the game, and but pretty much the Aces kind of dominated the game, and Phoenix made a run at the end, but then. Was that the one AJ Wilson hit the game? That was it. There was a moment. The game winning shot.
Yeah, it was Game 3. That was her moment.
The thing that frustrated me about the Aces on the playoff run was in those same situations, AJ Wilson to get the ball against Indiana. And Jackie Young, she was killing the whole postseason. But it was like they would give her the ball or do something. AJ Wilson never got the ball in that moment. So when they finally gave her the ball in the moment, go win the game, look what she did. So it's like, why y'all do that before? Y'all didn't. The first 2 rounds, y'all wasn't doing that. And that's probably why those series went the way they went. And how come they took so long to get out.
Yeah, I definitely think the game plan from Hammond's changed. Like, it doesn't make sense. You have your best player. Why did you give them the ball? But I understand you still have Chelsea Gray and Jackie Young and other players on that team that can contribute. But it's kind of like the analogy my dad always uses. Like, it's how many bullets you got in the gun. AJ Wilson got the biggest gun, biggest arsenal of any player in the league. Like, I'm sorry. So, like, I saw a tweet. Everyone's better than AJ Wilson until it's time to be better than AJ Wilson. And that's kind of how I felt. Like that second half of the season, she just turned around. So I knew if you got the biggest bet, you got the biggest dog in the yard. It's hard to bet against them. I personally wanted to go 7 personally, but I'll take a competitive. Yeah. It wasn't just regular sweep. Like, it was competitive sweep. Like, yeah, they blew out the 2, but it was still competitive, good basketball to watch. We're both basketball purists. We both like to watch good basketball. So I was entertained that we got a good series. I hate that they came up with injuries. Of course, Alyssa Thomas, like, that shoulder, because I didn't know she plays with 2 torn rotator cuffs. Is that what I saw? Both
labrums, or one and 2.
Yeah, lower labrum, something like that. Like, how do you play that long with 2 messed up? They said she can't even like put the ball above her head to shoot.
You see how she shoot.
It's like a little Sean Marion kind of. So
you know the story. You know the story of why.
Why not? I don't know why. What happened?
Well, it's about you see why what's coming up with this whole CPA and all that. That's the reason why. Because she don't want to get surgery and have to miss a season, miss a chance on making money in the off season, playing overseas or in any other league. So she decided to figure out how to play with them, and she gonna get surgery when her career is done. Crazy.
WNBA, y'all do better, please.
Crazy, bro.
We've already been under enough fire in the past since the playoffs have started. We should, man. I wish we was doing the show. We would have been talking about that too. But we've already been under enough fire with the commissioner and all that. So please treat y'all players better. These women are playing their tail offs, in my opinion. is playing the best basketball on the planet at certain times. Because yes, the NBA is exciting with the dunks and all that. But if you generally enjoy watching basketball, watch some WNBA basketball or watch some college women's basketball. Because them girls, from a technical and skill standpoint, can go right up there with the men. So please, fundamental. They run sets properly. Like they have to actually break down and defend. They can't just depend on pure athleticism to blow by them and all that. Like these girls can hoop, bro.
Down check 1,000 threes.
They don't. They actually work. Like they actually run post ups. When's the last time you saw just a regular post up in 2025 in the NBA game?
I ain't barely.
I can't remember. They actually throw it to the hand, back down, turn around. I'm like, geez, I ain't seen that since 2015. Like, goddamn. Well, probably before 2015. That's when the Warriors, started. Like, Asia Wilson's footwork, bro. Like, she has a post-fade game, and I was like, damn. Like she can do
when I watch her, I don't understand why Bam don't do the same thing.
Y'all got I bet y'all train this with the same people. I know y'all be at the same place. Just Bam, just take the bat from your girl, bro. Like you athletic, you skilled enough to do it. Just shimmy, get it up, like Bam's more athletic. So yeah, Bam. Yeah, and I got to give out shout out to the Lovin basketball couple. Being that Bam was there to give her MVP, was there for the championship ceremony. Was holding the trophy. I still hope y'all. Of course, we're outside y'all relationship, but please make a child y'all can stop Wemby. Y'all's like the only choice that we have as a society to like make a super baby.
She got some more chips to give, bro. She got some more chips to give for you.
But Wemby's still young. He's just going into year 3. Just give us just in 20 years, it's gonna be a super baby, man. Bro, because I'm scared of that, man. We're gonna talk about the Grizzlies later, but I'm scared of that, man. Anyway. But we will go to the next topic. Our next topic is Parrish's team, not my team. I know I'm from Memphis, but I am not a fan of the Tennessee Titans. But the Tennessee Titans announced today that they fired head coach Brian Callahan after a abysmal 1-5 start. Being that I'm not a Titans fan, I have no dog in this fight. But as a Titans fan, and as someone that writes about the Titans, I want to get your raw and authentic thoughts about Brian Callahan losing his job.
All right, can I curse on this show?
Just don't say nothing too bad. You can say the real one. Just don't.
I'm about to get his ass up out of here. But
I feel you.
Yeah, man. It's the same story. I compare it. It's not similar, exactly the same as the Grizzlies, but when they fired Taylor Jenkins, it's like y'all should have been did that. Y'all should have did that last summer when you brought in Mozzie Slow. Probably should. I thought you should have did it after the Lakers series. They should have got him up out of here when they they should never fired. To me, they should never fired Rand Carton. But when you do that, you should just clean house. You fire the GM and head coach and clean house. He should have been let go then. So it just showed from the very first game, that Broncos game, that was horrible. Like coaching, just Broncos tried to give us the game, and he just not challenging that catch that the Iron Mountain caught. Not it was he messed up with the first half play call and just coaching malpractice throughout. And then every game, it just felt like it got worse. And his conservative play style, like I was ready for Vrabel to go because he was conservative. He's even more conservative than Vrabel. Like it's all crazy, man. But yeah, perfect time. I see what Jared Davis and JD said about Vrabel. Perfect timing. They knew he was getting fired. We always pinpoint this week, like after this game, Mike Vrabel gonna beat us. And then because what happened was our owner, she fired our OGM, John Robinson. He traded AJ Brown. We played the Eagles. AJ Brown went off, and she fired him after that game. So we knew that was gonna be the case. So she fired him ahead of time. This time said we ain't finna even go down that road. So I hate it for Cam Ward because has he had the greatest seasons? No, but I mean the coaching, O-line, everything's been horrible around him. So, but keeping him wasn't gonna help him. It was like it was getting worse and worse every week. And I felt after this game Sunday, Brian Callahan finally called Cam Ward out, which he didn't actually have a good game. So that was fine, but he's been a bad coach all year. So, he called him out. And then Cam Ward said something about they don't have communications player to player. Mm-hmm. And when he said that, it was like, oh, y'all, you basically saying we ain't got no communication problems on the field with us.
It's the
And
coaching.
he's been
It's the
trying to
people
back
above
up.
us. Yeah.
Right. He's been trying to back him up. He's like, I want to continue playing for him all day, but I think at that point he finally probably had it just past Sunday. So hey, good riddance. Go and get a head start. Their new head coaching search. Should have been something they did back in January, but you know how it go.
Yeah, it takes a minute. I just want, since JD's a Broncos fan, I feel like he said thanks for the
Hi,
dub. I just thought it was I thought that was kind of funny
Yeah.
because him and Chris
Yeah,
both Broncos fans. Yeah, it was very funny. But I wanted what King Me said. Is this true? Brian Kendall had old Joe Barrett money. He's the reason he got the job. Like being that you
which is
follow the Titans
crazy
stats.
because it's crazy because he never called plays. Right? He got the head coaching
Kind
job.
of crazy.
Right. And there are other coaches that had got I believe there's other coaches that got a head coach job that didn't actually call the plays, but he was something as play caller. He finally gave up the play calling duties about 2 games ago because he was trying not to get fired, and it was inevitable. So
You see it kind of
what it is.
anyway. Like being I'm not a Titans fan, I kind of have a bird's eye view because I do like Cam Ward, and I can agree with you. I don't feel like Cam Ward has been in the best position to succeed. Yes, y'all have a terrible roster around him, but there's certain way, like you said, a play caller, you scheme up to have your number one pick to be protected, number one, and that he doesn't get exposed in bad situations. Like everybody knows, like a running game, offensive line, and just a quick game. Like from what I've seen in a few games I watched, y'all don't have just a quick game. Y'all can just slant, drag route, 5 yard out, 5 yard in. Like
just on wide receiver screens that don't work because our wide receivers don't know how to block.
Yeah, exactly. So like, and y'all don't use y'all running backs in the flat. Y'all don't. It seems like the offense wasn't built around a athletically gifted person like Cam Ward. So that as a Cam Ward fan, I hated seeing that.
Because we have shifty running backs. Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears are shifty. They're not power runners, and we use them like regular lined up, run up the middle. I'm like, that's not their games. They're both. You get them out open space, and they make plays for you. And even Cam Ward running, I get on him. He doesn't run enough, in my opinion, but he's always looking down the field. As a coach, utilize his running ability too. Utilize that, like with the running back, you can read options. Like I never understood. Like I wanted him over Shedeur going into the draft because I like he's a dual threat quarterback. But we don't use him like a dual threat quarterback. It's just none of it makes sense.
I guess he's scared that, of course, like if you put him out and read options, he may get injured and stuff like that. But when you're 1-5, you're just trying to build for the future. So you have to give him the reps in the position where he plays the best at. And like you said, being a dual threat quarterback is what he's good at. And like you said, like you're not gonna Tony Pollard isn't a back where you give him the ball 25 times a game. And he's like, okay, go get 130 yards, 140 yards on 25 carries. Like that's not. He's my size. Like he's 5'9" or around my height. Like, like you feel me? So I can't remember who did y'all name y'all interim. I think it's y'all OC, right?
No, the assistant offensive coach. That's the other part about it, and that's why what King Me said to respond to him. He was offensive coordinator, but he didn't. All offensive coordinators don't call plays, so he didn't actually call the plays for the Bengals. The head coach, I think Zach Taylor, he called the plays, and kind of like so for Tennessee, Brian Callahan was the head coach. He called plays, and we had the offensive coordinator Nick Holmes, and he didn't call plays. And even when Brian Callahan gave up the play calling dudes a couple games ago, the quarterback coach became the play caller, not the offensive coordinator. So just because you got offensive coordinator title doesn't mean that they actually call the plays. And that's that, yeah. So and none of this stuff about
I'm looking at it now. The senior offensive assistant Mike McCoy would take over as the interim coach. McCoy was the head coach of the San Diego Chargers. Yeah, he was 2013 to 2016. He had a 27-37 record, making the playoffs in his first season. I don't know. Maybe Mike McCoy is y'all's answer, being that he was an offensive assistant coach. But hey, he said, "Parrish, I prefer y'all over Sean Payton."
I prefer y'all Sean Payton. Damn, y'all not like Sean Payton down there?
Yeah,
it's a Sean Payton on Bo Nix.
But Bo Nix playing well, so you have to say Sean Payton. Like,
and that game against us, that might was he was. Bo Nix has been cool, but I don't know.
Ain't the Broncos like 4-2 right now? I think I think that's their record, or 4-3.
They won. So,
and
they
2.
that game. They won. They 4-2. That game was ugly. Yeah, that's probably what you said. That 13-11.
Oh, yeah, against the Jets. Oh yeah, that game was abysmal. Y'all flew all the way to London and put up 13 points on the Jets. Like that was pretty. That was pretty bad.
Win is win. Win is win.
Yeah, win is a win. But they're playing the Jets, and I think if I read right, 65 yards in total offense for the Jets, I think, or something like that, or like it was definitely
82.
under 100.
Yeah,
82. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah,
-1 passing yards or -10 passing yards. Something like
that. How do y'all? My boy Black Ninja DJ said, "I just want us to get to be thorough in our coaching shirt." Y'all have a whole season for it. Like I doubt y'all name a head coach, and that y'all are 6 games into season because we're just got through week 6. But I hope, being that it's a good chance y'all may get a number one pick next year. Hopefully, y'all.
The Jets got a head start on that. I don't.
The Jets are undefeated. The Jets are undefeated. The Jets are undefeated. I don't know. Maybe Justin Field may pull up a superhero effort and maybe win the game. So hey, you never know. Okay, so I don't know if this is in your repertoire, but if you could name a coach or a coach archetype that you would want for the Tennessee Titans, what would you want, or who would you want? If you could just throw out a name for the people out there.
Man, I just want a good coach. I just give up.
He said, I just want a good.
I would think because I was so headstrong on getting an offensive coach after Vrabel, and we supposedly got one, and the offense got worse. So it's like I don't know anymore, right? Yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people saying Joe Brady, the offense coordinator for the Bills. He actually does call plays. He has had good offenses with LSU. Joe. I don't think I want any coach to coach Joe Burrow again, but on college, hey, whoever they hire, man, hey, whatever, just do good, just do better. Like it's like Joe Brady's name. He said, I see Mike McCarthy thrown around. Mike McCarthy ain't exactly the greatest. Like, oh yes, I'd be excited. But at least I know we had an experienced coach who's won before. I mean, he's mostly been a winner. He's never really been. But he does have his coaching moments of clock management, which Brian Callahan has. So that'd be the unpleasing part of hiring him. But at least I know we'll at least get some structure with him.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what you need for a young team. You need a coach with some structure and set of culture. And that's one thing that y'all do not have right now is a culture. At least
exactly.
Want to be winning culture. So, yeah, I could be in the head, Super Bowl pedigree and all that. People saying Jeff Fisher.
No, boot him out, block him, boot him out.
Get him out of here. Get JD.
Ultimate trolling.
This man said, he said Sean McVay the best case narrator or John Harbaugh type. I wouldn't be mad at John Harbaugh type. This team is. I may have to boot you for real. This man said Taylor Jiggs is new head coach. I may really have to get you up out of here. I know you trolling, but we going too far now. Saying his crazy is hire Bill Belichick girlfriend is the OC. Oh wow, Bill Belichick needs to hang it up. You see what North Carolina's doing right now? They need to hang it up. To move the Titans to the CFL. Ain't no Titans. Dang, y'all really hating on the Titans, bro. That's really crazy.
I say the Jets probably should do that for real.
Yeah, I'm shocked the Jets coach hasn't got fired. I think Miami might be naming Miami. I feel like he should be fired, like especially. Well, they may give him.
I want him
anyway.
Now, I would say I would love something. I don't want him as head coach, but offensive coordinator, perfect. But another name, Brian Flores from Minnesota. He's a good coach. He's a tough coach. He gonna be in the folks.
Yeah, and when you have a young quarterback or who's going to be the leader of your team, I feel like that type of attitude is needed in a locker room like that because, like we said, Campbell said, between the players, we good. That should never be the case where the player to coach relationship isn't there. When you have an older or pedigree coach, he's going to be in a tail without a doubt. Oh,
because it's so sad that it's sad Jeffrey Simmons is having defensive player of the year type of season. Like if you watch him this season, he's dominating and just like the offense can't help him out.
Yeah, the records is terrible. And I think y'all may trade dude, or he may ask for a trade at this point, because he's playing this well, he's not playing football.
I thought so, but I watched his body language the last 2 games. normally a player like that where he would slack off, he'll just be like, man, but he hasn't done it. And it let me know, like, okay, he's still in it. For now, at least. But yeah, I think he's still in it. I think he trusts the process. He's cool with him and Cam Ward got close relationships. So I think he's gonna try to see it through, depending on who the next coach is and what they do.
Has he already gotten paid, or is he playing for a contract?
He's paid. He could be up for extension next year, which we got endless money. So I think we had the most salary cap space coming up next year. So because he's the highest paid player on the team, he's making almost $30 million. So
I'm gonna just have to go one more call for saying hire Dolly Parton. Anthony saying, ladies
country
and
music,
Nashville, country music. Oh yes, actually, I do get that. Yes, country. I think Nashville may burn to the ground in a good way if Dolly Parton is named in any type of leadership role for the Tennessee Titans. I think Nashville as a city would just engulf in flames of excitement. So yeah, very interesting things going on in Nashville. But we ain't here to talk about Nashville. We here to talk about the Memphis Grizzlies. We will talk about all things preseason through a quick break. No Bluffin Podcast. We'll be right back in 3, 2.
Looking for an alternative to alcohol or conventional medicine? Check out Ounce of Hope, a Memphis-based dispensary with 2 local stores in the Sanderland Center and on South Cooper Street. You can get all the products you need in a location convenient to you. Each store offers an intentional shopping experience with dedicated bud tenders to answer all of your questions, from product selection and mushroom blends to our personal favorite, the Delta 9 seltzers. You gotta try the Peach Buzz. Try Ounce of Hope at either one of their 2 Memphis stores or at www.ounceofhope.com for convenient products shipped right to your door. Use the promo code BluffCity for 15% off any order, excluding sale items. Cannot be used in conjunction with other promotions or discounts. One use per customer.
Well, that's a pretty good answer. The correct answer is the Grizzlies will be better if Ja plays 70 games. We can talk all we want about who's going to play where and who's going to get the minutes, and Jalen's minutes and Coward's minutes, and KCP, is he starting? Is he coming off the bench? And is Scotty the backup point guard? And Ty Jerome, what sort of role is he going to have? And can he be really big for us? And, how's Brandon Clark? We can talk all of that stuff. What matters for this team's success is that Ja Morant's playing 70 games. Period.
Well, you know what? I can tell you this much. I want to argue with you, but I can't argue with you. The team is still built around him being great and available, and Jaren being great and available.
Tune in to the Night Court Podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours.
From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo.
Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story.
Welcome back to the No Bluffin Podcast. To my right or to my left, whichever way y'all have it on the orientation of the screen, is my boy Perry Sharp. He is my guest host for today. Again, appreciate you coming on. But we talked about the Titans. We talked about the WNBA. But we really here to talk about that team that is in the banner behind you. Our favorite team, your favorite team, the Memphis Grizzlies. Currently,
without the little Titans thing.
Yeah, with that little time thing. Yeah, we ain't rock with that. That's a Derrick Henry. Oh, that's outdated. I just realized that. You got to take that down.
Oh, they ain't
Yeah.
updated, man. He one of the greatest Chargers ever now. That's stand up.
You see, you still put him up there. But yeah, right now the Grizzlies are still in the preseason. I think preseason too long, but that's a story for another day. We are currently 0-3 in preseason after losing to the Pistons, the Celtics, and the Hawks. Our next preseason game is on the road against the Charlotte Hornets on October 15th. So, Parrish, we are here to talk about our thoughts on the preseason. I have my thoughts, but it seems like everybody is overreacting on Twitter in the spaces about what's going on with the team and who's playing well, who's not playing well, and we're bad, are we good? Tell the folks to calm down. What have been your overall thoughts on 3 games in the preseason so far?
We played 3 games without Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., Zach Edey. Who else? Brandon. Well, so Zach Edey and Brandon Clark will be out longer, right? So Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr. I just stopped there. We played 3 games without them. We played 1 game without KCP, Ty Jerome. Yeah, here you go. Deal. We're not gonna be good when Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson ain't playing. Because guess what? They're our 2 best players. If Jokic and Jamal Murray are missing for the Nuggets, they won't be good either. If KD and Alfred Sengun is out for Houston, they won't be good either. If SGA and Jaden Williams are out for the Thunder, they won't be good either. That's just the truth, right? So here go the deal. The difference between our stars and their stars, with the exception of KD, who misses a lot of time due to injury, and Jaren has gotten better early in his career. He missed like late he hasn't. Ja Morant, we need what Rob Fisher just said in the commercial. Play 70 games, we're fine.
We'll be fine.
Has he played 70 games in his career? Nope. But let's go back to the preseason, though. Yes, they're not playing. So preseason, wins, losses don't matter. Because fourth quarter, if even and Ja Jaren were playing, they weren't going to play the fourth quarter. Right? So, in the games we played, Kay Cunningham didn't play in the fourth quarter. I didn't finish the Hawks game, so I don't know Trae Young didn't play the fourth quarter because I did college football Saturdays, I ain't gonna act like I had the game on. I ain't gonna act like I was locked in on it. I was locked in on the Auburn Georgia game, right? But what I've seen so far is Ty Jerome he's as good as advertised. Think he's gonna be really good off the bench. I do think he was 6-man finalists last year. I was about to say we had 3 potential 6-man year candidates. Unfortunately, Scotty got hurt after the first game. They said he should be fine. He didn't look too well the first game. He also played with a bunch of people he's not going to play with when this regular season starts. Santi Aldama has been very underwhelming throughout the preseason. That's also the player I feel like everybody overreact to because I feel like people want him to be more than what he is. And I've always thought like he's a role player. He's going to be inconsistent. He's a role player. Like I think a lot of people I think a lot of people had this image of him potentially starting next to Jaren or consistently scoring 20 points off the bench and stuff like that. Just like, that's just not who he is. Unfortunately, he's not a good defender. He's going to have, some offensive spurts where he go off. That's what he is. He's just a microwave, not even scorer, but just like a microwave shooter who can get you some points in quick bunches sometimes. And he's a pretty decent rebounder. But if you asking him to be more than what he is, which is a starting power forward, no. Especially a star power forward, that's Jock Landale. No, that's not what he is. Jock Landale has been cool, but defensively, rim protector wise, hasn't, right? With Jaren, he'll probably look better. Without Jaren and with Santi. So here go deal. We have your stars density players. Yeah, they're gonna end up looking better. But one thing I will say, I'd have liked Cedric Coward's persistence. And he reminded me, and this is the reason I like Cam Ward, they just the type of players who they might not be doing well, but they're going to keep going. And the fourth quarter of the last 2 games, he's improved every single preseason game. And the fourth quarter specifically, he showed something. He kept shooting the ball. He got to the free throw line. That's another part a lot of people miss because outside Ja Morant, we don't have many players to get to the free throw line. Ty Jerome showed their ability. Their first game, he got the free throw line about 6-7 times. Cedric Coward, the last 2 games, I think, got in 7 times, both times. Got to the free throw line 7 times. So we need more players that could draw fouls and get the easier buckets. So what he has done is, okay, I'm struggling with my shot. I'm going to try to get an easier bucket, draw a foul, get to the free throw line. So I have appreciated his growth. I also expected his struggles because he hadn't played since November of last year. And he spent 10 months rehabbing his shoulder. Yes, he was gonna be rusty, and it was his first NBA game. You're playing in a whole new upper professional league, and you haven't played in 10 months. So yeah, and fans are gonna be fans. We are going over. I include myself in this. We are going to overreact. I haven't reacted right now, but there'll be a time or two I would overreact on something. So I ain't forget on too much, but it was what it was. Preseason is preseason. People aren't playing. These players, I figured Cedric Cow's going to look better with Ja Morant than he does without Ja Morant too. So it's just all those different nuances. But it's the preseason. I'm like, the hope is we need to just hope. The plan, hope is Ja and Jaren be healthy at the start of the season. That's what we need. As simple as that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. We have similar takes, and I wanna ask a question later, and especially with the Cedric Coward thing. But yeah, I agree. I don't put that much stock in preseason, especially on the negative side of it, because like you said, it's preseason, games don't matter, guys are knocking off rust, coaches are trying out lineups. Like
New
people
system.
really,
And
yeah,
new system.
new system. And I don't think the system has looked bad per se. Like, of course, we don't have our players in the best position for them to be optimized and them playing with certain guys. But in my opinion, I haven't really had an issue in Tomas East Low system, especially the first game. The defense I saw in the first game with like actual real players, I thought was worked very, very well. Like you said, I think Ty Jerome has been playing just as good as average. I love what KCP is doing. Everybody was kind of writing him off because he had a down year last year in Orlando, but it isn't like he forgot how to shoot the basketball. Like, he's still a very good defender. He's still a very good shooter, and he has a very calming and veteran presence on the floor, which I love very, very much. So those two, no complaints at all. I kind of liked having Ty Jerome in the starting lineup. Of course, he's not going to start in the season 99% of the time, but just him with the ball in his hand looked very good. I know Scotty talked about it in some interviews about how he's looking forward to playing off ball to Ty, because right now I think I'm more confident with the ball in Ty Jerome's hands. So I was interested to see how that looks with Scotty playing more off ball, because we've seen Scotty can score. We've seen him, but we haven't seen him just particularly be an off guard role where his sole responsibility is to facilitate a little bit and score. So I'm not pessimistic, but I'm interested to see what those two look like in the backcourt. Like I said, KCP's been playing well. I like the defense. I don't like the interior defense. And I really, really pray that Jaren is ready for game one. I feel like if I had to bet, I feel like Jaren plays by game 3. I don't think he may not play opening night, but I think by game 3 to 5 is what I think for Jaren. But until we get Jaren and Edie back, we have a layup line going towards the rim, because it seems like none of our big men can rebound or defend the rim, which that gives me concern. Yes, am I confident being that we have defenders on the wing like Jalen Wells and Cedric Coward? Ja Morant has been playing very well defense over the past few years. Scottie Pippen Jr. Like, I'm confident in our wing defenders, our perimeter defenders, but they're gonna get blown past. They're in the NBA, like, happens. But if they get blown past, are we gonna have a layup line to the rim? And if those guys get in foul trouble, we don't have any more bigs to go to. So that kind of like handicaps your team a little bit as well. But overall, I've liked what I saw from the players that I don't want to say that players don't matter, but the players that we're going to see the most. I was going to say the players that matter, but the players that we're going to see play 20, 25, 30 plus minutes a night. On Asante, everybody knows in this show, I'm not a fan of Asante Adam. I'm a fan of him because he's on the team, but am I a fan of him as a player? Not really. I forgot who I was tweeting with the other day. I really hope Gigi can step up. I'm getting a Gigi soon. That where him and Santi can fight for that 4th spot. And I feel like Gigi may find his minutes at, because Santi has been underwhelming, like you said. Like, defensively, he's never been there. He hasn't been hitting shots. So my question is for Santi. Of course, it's only preseason, but if you're not hitting shots, what are you here for? Because you're in here to stretch the floor and to be a microwave type, score, like you said, or at least a volume type score that can come in, give you 8 to maybe 13, 14 points and get out of there, and don't be a cone on defense. I'm not confident about defense, but if you're not going to be scoring the basketball and we just paid you, what are you here for? So that's my second there. Santi has been mildly disappointed. Obviously, of course, it's preseason. Do I feel like Santi's going to be bad the whole season? No, but I'm a little shaky on Santi, because I would think after you got your money, you should be playing with a little more intensity and I'm gonna prove like why I got this money, but I just haven't seen it from him yet. So those are just the simple stuff I want to get to. Now I want to get into the wings that you talked about. Cedric Howard, Gigi Jackson, Vince Williams, Jalen Wells. Jalen Wells, he's gonna take a leap this year. He looks
Yeah,
so
he's looking
comfortable
good.
with the ball in his
Yeah.
hands. Like, oh my goodness. Like him, I can tell he been the lab this summer. I know him and Gigi been working out a lot. I can tell Jalen Wells
Sleep
been the lab.
Nation. Sleep
Sleep
Nation.
Nation. I love it. I love everything they're doing right now for the community and for the players in the area. I love it. Jalen West has been in the gym. He's working off the screen and roll better. He's working mid range a lot better. And of course, he's still a dog on defense. I love what I'm seeing from Jalen Wells. I'm slightly leaning towards if he keeps trading like this, that he's gonna be that third, because everyone's saying it's gonna be Edie. And I would bet money on Edie being that third guy for us. But if Jalen Wells keeps getting better, I might have a conversation next year or two about Jalen Woods being that third guy for us. If they're both on the team, great. They're both on rookie deals, but just something to put in the back of y'all's mind. Cedric Howard, I love what I've been seeing for Ced. He is a basketball player that had, like you said, hasn't played a basketball game in 11 months. He looks like he has been played in 11 months, but he still looks serviceable in this framework he's in now. Like, I'm sorry, I just see a baby Kawhi when I see him. I know that may be hyperbole, but with the big hands and the long arms, how he moves, how he's athletic, now how he wants to defend. I'm not saying he's gonna be Kawhi Leonard. I'm not saying that. But that archetype, I finally figured out what type of player he is after I've seen all the film on him, but now I actually get to see like what he does in a regular 48-minute
in the
basketball
extra game.
game.
Yeah.
In the actual game, I see Kawhi Leonard. And that gets me very, very excited. Like you said, when he has a rough quarter, this man JD said, start playing the trees. I love it. Yes, I'm right
Yeah.
with you.
Speak it.
Speak it. Like, I would love him to be a Kawhi for us because, like you said, when he does have a good quarter, he keeps a level head and he keeps fighting. He keeps playing. He keeps making plays. And like he said, he's very hard on himself, but he's playing through these mistakes. He's playing through the fouls. Like the fourth quarter, he's hitting shots. He's getting on the rim. He's getting deflections. He's making passes. Like, Ced is playing, like, in my book, I'll give Ced a B plus on how he's been playing. Because I can't expect a guy that coming off shoulder surgery and hasn't played basketball in 11 months, physical basketball, to be playing like a lottery pick right now. But he's playing better than a lot of other guys on the roster. Playing trees, call on the Kawhi on the team. Bro, if I come out looking stupid, y'all can come back to this episode and say, Evan, you was an idiot. But I really don't think I'm going
I mean, you ain't the only one who said this, though.
yeah, like, you know. Yeah, and other people, like, of course, Black Ninja, he's saying that Coward has been looking good. Like, I feel like everyone is at least optimistic about what Coward has brought to the table. Being in that, two other guys I named, Gigi Jackson and Vince Williams. My guys, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. I tweeted, I wish I could find a tweet and put it up on here. But I feel like Jalen and Ced already are separating themselves from the wing rotation. At least from what I've seen. They look better. And for Gigi Jackson going to his third year, I know he's the youngest guy on the team, but going to his third year, and Vince Williams has been here, I think, 3 years as well. This is fourth year, right? Third or fourth year?
Yes. This is fourth year. Yeah.
Yeah, fourth year. That's what I thought. So being that y'all have been in the system longer, and these younger guys, when it comes to NBA experience, is playing better than y'all, that gives me very concerned about y'all's long-term future on the team. Personally, Vince hasn't looked right with me since last year. I understand he's dealing with the ankle injury. I understand mentally he has to, like, you know, get himself right, but he just hasn't played with the same tenacity and intensity, especially on the defensive side of the ball, that we've seen him. When you're a laterally dependent player like he is, and one of your ankles is messed up, like, I understand that takes a while, you know, to get back right, but how long are we going to wait for Vince Williams to get right when these other wings are defending just as good as him and giving us more on the offensive side of the ball? That's very concerning for me. Gigi Jackson. Everybody knows me and Chris are the king of start Gigi at the 3 trend. But he's making it way, way, way less likely for that to happen.
Yeah, I give that one up.
Yeah, like, has he been playing terrible? No, but Gigi got to get out of his head that he's not going to be the guy that dribbles the ball 5-10 times to get up a shot. He's not a shot creator on this team. Is he a good shot creator? Yes, but on this team, his role, and Chris tweeted, I wish Chris was here because he said Gigi just can't stand in the corner. I need him playing with some playmakers. Who else gonna have the ball in their hands? Like Ja gonna have the ball in his hand. Jalen, Said, Jaren, like Ty Jerome, KCP, Scotty, like
Scotty, yeah.
just 7 guys right there that's gonna have the ball in their hands. So if you can't knock down threes and play defense, again, like I asked for Santi, what are you here for? And I feel like Gigi has the talent through the roof, but I just haven't seen enough to say, oh yeah, he should definitely be playing ahead of Scotty. I mean, Said, and Devin should be playing ahead of Jalen.
Wait,
I
you
just
say
haven't
Scotty
seen
too,
it.
because you kind of could say the 2 guard. You put Said
Yeah,
2
exactly.
and Gigi at the 3. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like they all kind of could battle Scotty.
They
to
all
take his
come
spot,
together,
but
but
you know,
because people are saying like, hey, I want to see Gigi at the 4. He doesn't play big. Yeah, he's 6'9", 6'10", but does he play like a big? No, he doesn't. He plays on the perimeter. He guards perimeter players. If he could bow up and defend and rebound like at a big man level, I would love him to take Santi's spot if he outplays Santi. But he's just not in that big rotation.
Sure.
I know Tom
Santi
Islo said that.
Santi does rebound. Yeah, Santi does
Yeah,
rebound.
Santi
and
does rebound.
Gigi doesn't.
He just doesn't.
Cedric
And
Coward
Thomas
has
Islo,
more rebounds than Gigi.
exactly. And
He
Cedric
plays more
Coward has
big.
given him 3 more inches on it because Ced is listed at 6'6" and G's listed at 6'9". He may be 6'10".
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know Thomas Islo said they're going to play with Gigi in the big rotation, but I don't think that's the best fit for him. So with an already crowded wing rotation, Gigi hasn't shown me enough, at least again on the 3 games into the preseason, that he is going to cement a role in this team. Because in my opinion, his role would be the backup 3/4. But right now, I got him behind Said that backup 4 position will be Santi's when Jaren is back, and he doesn't play big enough to be a solidified backup 4. Even if you slide Santi to the 5 and you put Jock Lundell on the bench on like the reserves, I don't want a Gigi Jackson and Santi Aldama front court for my second unit. Don't want that. That's layup city, bro. So that gives me very concerned about what Gigi will be. I feel like he has talent through the roof, but I just haven't seen enough yet. Yes, there's still time. Well, I feel like it's right. Is Jalen Said, KCP, and just everyone else in the wing rotation. That kind of scares me a tad bit when it comes to the future of Gigi.
Yeah, I think that I would say so. This is the thing about the preseason. The preseason was the young guys, right? Gigi,
Yep.
For Said, Jalen, for yeah, it's got to leave. I will try freezing. You still hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I'm good. It's
Like, I
freezing
see
a little bit on
myself.
my end too.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see myself moving. Oh, okay. I see myself moving. So, I can see myself moving in regular motion. Okay, like I said, you can hear me. Yeah, Gigi has definitely been underwhelming, at least. I don't really know how to explain it. It's like I'm hoping he's not a player that's just good on a bad team. That makes a bucket getter who can get buckets on a bad team.
Cam Thomas.
Because right now it's what it feels. Yeah, I'm about to say Cam Thomas. We'll see if Ace Bailey is that guy. He's been looking good in preseason, but we'll see if he's that guy. Yeah, I just hope that's not him. Yeah, we're gonna see. I know I've seen folks say, hey, man, Gigi is a baller, bro. Give him a body. This is the NBA. You have roles. In order for a young player to get on the court, he's gonna have to learn how to do other things before he can get to that point. They ain't finna just trust a 20-year-old. You just gonna be a certified scorer at the 3. Nah, it don't work like that. He was a second round pick, right? He picked it out for a reason. And I know what he showed us the first year. And also was on the team that won 27 games. It just, yes, he had the ball in his hands because everybody was out. He got to learn how to play with the guys, right? That's what Jalen Wells has mastered. Jalen Wells is perfect in that. But he has also, in the games that they have missed, he showed us this preseason. He's worked and expanded his game to do more things. And he's a really good defender. Gigi is a good defender. It probably won't be a thing he will ever be truly good at. So I don't really know. You're right. I just don't know his role. Vince, I thought it was over with Vince anyway. But yeah, he's had his opportunities to play, ain't really showed too much. So I thought, and he got hurt. And I know they said injury wasn't serious, but my biggest thing with Vince was injuries. His rookie year, he missed a lot of time. He only played 7 games for the Hustle that year. I covered the Hustle, so he only played 7 games that year for the Hustle due to injuries, pretty much. Sophomore year, everybody forget, yeah, he had a really good sophomore year. He also missed like the last 17 games of the year due to injury, and then last year got hurt. Now you know what I'm saying. So it's a recurring thing. Like, unfortunately, the injuries have taken its toll on him. That's what it feels like with him. It feels like, because talking with him at media day, he was just like, he said 90%. He was 90%. It was like, oh, you what? And he was like, it's not. I'm saying I'm pretty much 100%, but the last 10% I need to get on the court and see. It just feel like it's in his head.
Yeah.
And it's just unfortunate with him. The injuries have just kind of just taken its toll, and it may just eliminate his true opportunity. But as Gigi, I believe Coach Eastlow still wants to, get the best out of him. So he's gonna get opportunities, but just up to him to provide more with him.
Yeah, I can see that. I just don't think Gigi's leash is as long as he thinks it is.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
Thomas
yeah.
Islo will give him opportunities, but we also know Thomas Islo wants to build a championship contender, and that's all the team has been talking about, is trying to contend for a championship. So we don't have as much time as Gigi thinks to have a 20-year-old to develop into his role. Gigi, the best way for Gigi to get on the floor is to hit shots when he's passed the ball, play defense and rebound, and play a bigger, like play physically bigger and rebound the ball. So far, he hasn't shown that. And I love Gigi. Like, he's a good dude. Like, he seems like he wants to be good. I just don't know from the current hierarchy of the team how he fits if he doesn't do those things I just mentioned at a high level, at least an elite level. Because Said has already submitted himself as a guy that can play his role and play through his mistakes and play well. Like, we saw, I know you didn't watch the fourth quarter, but he hit a big time 3 in the fourth quarter against the Hawks that cut the lead to like 5 or something.
4. I
Yeah,
remember
4 or
that.
5.
Like I
Yeah.
said, I had it
Yeah.
on. I
Yeah,
had it
I don't know
on
if he
on
wasn't.
my
He
iPad.
wasn't.
I was
Yeah,
watching
he
the game on the
wasn't.
big screen. Yeah.
Yeah, you just wasn't locked in, But but Said is doing the things that Gigi should be doing. And I don't feel like it's good for Gigi, for a guy that's been in the building for maybe 3 months, 4 months, and Gigi been in the building for almost 3 years now, and Said is already doing the things that Gigi should be doing. Like, so I'm kind of scared at
It's
that.
like
But
it's like Gigi is stuck. Like I said, because that's my thing. I'm like, you can rebound, but you're 6'9". I need you to man. Of course, Jerry ain't good to rebound either, but Jerry is also certified defense player of the year candidate, second best player all-star. You're not dead. So if you're not gonna rebound and you're also already now on that type of level, your scoring ability is gonna be negated because you're not one of the top guys. And I was almost feeling like the Grizzlies isn't a team for him, but I also don't see another team that's just gonna give him the ball and say, go out and score. So it's almost like you got to figure it out now here, because I don't think another team is going to say former second round pick. Yes, you got the talent. I don't know. It just he got to figure out. I hope he figure it out with Memphis, because I kind of feel like his career might go to waste. But he's still just 20, so that's the hope. Because even when I care for Gigi even outside of Memphis, like he goes somewhere else, I'm gonna be kind of paying attention to him. So I just hope that he can show some of these last 2 preseason games to at least, build some momentum. I think it was the Boston game, where he didn't look well, but he started to show some flash in the fourth quarter. So hopefully you give us just more. But my main thing is, at least if you're not gonna do anything else, if you're not gonna be real on defense, rebound. Because rebound is a need. That Detroit game, we got destroyed on the glass. We could use some more rebounds.
Yeah, and I feel like it comes down to will at that point. Like, I feel like defense and rebounding, yes, it's a skill, but it's also about how much you want to do it and how much your will is stop that guy or to get that rebound. And I feel like that's a mental switch that Gigi has to go through. And it's something that you said that I was with you, and then you went a little too far. I'm like, not there. I have been refraining from saying that Memphis may not be the team for Gigi, but I've been thinking it. I have been thinking it because just how we look at the guys on this current roster, I don't see how he jumps those guys unless we do the things that we were talking about right now. The stuff that I don't necessarily agree is that because someone asked him in media day, is this kind of a make or break year for him? And he said you were there. He kind of said like, yes, I don't like I don't see it like that, but I see what you're saying. Like he kind of like said yes and no on that question.
Yeah.
I kind of see him as that because I feel like being that he is only 20, he's turning 21 when the season starts. 21 years old, he has the talent. I feel like some team gonna take a chance on him, and I don't want to be that guy. Well, I don't want to
A
be
team would
the
a
team.
team would take a chance on him. Yeah, I just don't know his play.
Yeah,
My thing is his play style of a team because
yeah,
it's like he needs the ball, and it's like it had to be a bad team essentially to say like Brooklyn to give you the ball and just
yeah,
say go out. It's like he gonna have to try and play a role like he was in
yeah.
Memphis most places.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
and that's where we're on the same page. I don't want to be. I would hate to see a future where he goes to another team and he balls out, but but it's in a place where he's not playing a role. It's like, yeah, I'm happy for you, GG, but are you really gonna do that on a competitive team?
yeah,
That's what our core with GG is right now. Like he has to do what he's doing on a competitive ball club, and we're trying to make him that right now. He just got
yeah.
to do it at this point. Like he got a whole preseason. He has an 82 game season. I just don't want it to be a situation like last year where he was buried at the end of the bench and he get in his head. And I'm not gonna say the rumors that I heard, but you probably heard the same thing about like the turmoil that was going on with Gigi last year. I don't want another situation like that. So I feel like it matters now in the preseason and maybe in the first like 20 to 25, 30 games of the
Hmm.
season for him to submit himself because second half of the season, the lineup gets shorter and the ball gets more serious. I could definitely see Gigi getting buried at the end of the bench and getting some DNPs, maybe some 5-minute spurts if he doesn't correct these things we're talking about now. And that's what the reality I don't want to live in.
Yeah, it's kind of it was always like GG. Okay, I guess it's like he always had to try and be out Santi, but Santi is already established, and now no matter what, Santi gonna have to play because of his contract. Because whether you keep Santi or you trade him, you need
Yeah,
to play him
facts.
because that's an asset to trade
Yep,
or an
for
asset
sure.
to keep on your team, right? So at this point, beating out Santi probably ain't gonna happen because even if you were, let's say you be out Santi, we trade him. You're trading Santi is gonna be part of a trade that actually brings something back. So it's probably
Yeah,
gonna be another player that replaces him that's still in front of you. So it's like, okay, your best chance is, like I said, I love Scotty. He's still short. In that backcourt, Ty Jerome, we can slide Cedric Calvin to 2 behind KCP and Jalen Wells. That 3 spot for you with Cedric Calvin and Ty Jerome come out the bench could be for the taking. But that's gonna be hard too because when you think about defense, GG ain't good in defense, Sante ain't good in defense, Ty Jerome. You probably do these guys defense and Cedric Calvin
exactly.
defense to surround the 2 offensive people. So I always thought
Yeah.
him as being an 11 man anyway. Yeah, and it looks like I see John Conchar still logging minutes. He just says he's just a trustworthy back of the bench guy that they could put in if you just need a plug in somebody. That's how it feels.
And he plays defense. Like people
Yeah.
keep saying that why is GD still on the contract? But he plays defense. Like he's gonna come in, he's gonna give you minutes, he's gonna hustle, he's gonna rebound, he
Yeah.
may even
He
get a
re-
block here and there.
that
Like
man got
he's
14
rebounding.
rebounds one game last year.
Yeah, like
Like,
John Conchar 6'5". You feel me? Like,
yep.
come on, bro. So yeah, but that gets me to the final question. Have any expectations changed for you for this team or for specific players being that the preseason has been there?
So that's why I said we in the overreaction phase of the fan base because
Yeah,
I can say and like I said, I understand yes, Jaren, Jade ain't play yada yada. But when I did watch the first preseason game, first couple games, my first thought was we looked the same as last year. System wise, everything. Because we started jacking a lot of threes and we turned the
yep,
ball over a lot. But I was at the refrain say we ain't got Ja Morant, right? But it's still like I saw this a lot last year. It was very underwhelming in the case. I do like it overall because the difference obviously is the pick and roll. We're running more pick and roll. We did Jalen Wells play full court defense last year, but we got multiple people playing full court. But it's also just got to remember, all right, ultimately injuries is going to determine all of this. Ja, Jaren, and Zach Edey. When you're missing your top three, ESPN top 100 had Zach Edey in the top 100. So our top three players, essentially, according to ESPN, that's our three best players. They're out. So has my expectation necessarily changed? Not really for the season, but my expectations are always kind of incomplete anyway because it's based on Ja Morant. If he plays, guess what game? What's the number we got to hope he played? Because he's only played. He played 6 or 7 games. That was his highest, I believe, and that was in the short season. That was I think we're gonna play 72 game season. So
that was the
I guess an 82 game season.
And then
his rookie year
he played 59 1 year because I did a story. That was his freshman year for the 2022 season. He played like right under 60. He played 61.
It was his best year. He missed 25 games.
Yeah.
So he played 57 that year. This year we went to the second round because we went 20-5 without him. The following year he played 61. He didn't start 2 of them because they wouldn't tell Jenkins about him out the bench after the suspension. That was retarded. So he had 59 starts. His rookie year, they only played 39 plus 30. They went 34 and 39. With me right now, I'm always kind of looking at this stuff. Well, 30, what's 30? I'm good at math too. 34 plus 39 is 73.
Yeah,
it's 73.
Right.
He played he only missed 6 games that year because he had that back injury earlier this season. So he played 67 that year. But since then, last 2 years, 50 games and 9 games. So I don't know a real number to put on games you hope that he play. It's kind of like we want 70, but is that
realistic? That's the question.
Like, what's a realistic number for him?
Yeah, the Black Ninja said he's saying 65 to 70. That's what we want. I think my number, because I feel like Ja wants the accolades now.
65, the accolades.
I feel like he wants to, because it's been a minute. Because I feel like even though Ja has been looking and feeling great this whole offseason because he looks good, he's happy, he's done the whole tour and all that. He said his goal was to play 82 games, and I feel like he knows that the NBA is sleeping on him. That is everybody, but I feel like, again, you were closer than this than I am, but I feel like he knows that the NBA is sleeping on him, and he wants to cement himself back in the elite of players. Like, he was ranked in the 20s in the NBA top 100, and I feel like that's very disrespectful, and I feel like he could take that disrespectful.
I thought it was the 30s.
It may have been the 30s. It may have been the 30s.
No,
because him and Jaren was in the 30s. Yeah, because him and Jaren was in the 30s together. Yeah. So yeah, like
Dance was in the 30s.
Yeah, because Jay was in. We was like, how did Dance rent?
33.
Because I remember I was watching Chris Vernon. They were like, how did Dave drop 40 spots in one offseason? the non-Grizzly effect. So yeah, that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, my number is 67. That's my number. I want him to reach his career high. 67. That's my number. If he plays 67 games, I feel like we'll have a successful season.
Yeah, because that's on the 15 games missed. So that gives them opportunity. Giving them opportunity. Because it's a really countdown coming. I will say this now. Seeing Ty Jerome, it kind of gives you a little more peace with Ja if Ja has to miss 15 games or so. It gives you a little more peace, but we gotta have Jaren got to be playing. It's like both of them can't be missing. You gotta have both of them. You gotta have one. And you can't be missing multiple guards. You can't miss him and Ty Jerome. If you just beat Scottie Pippen, you need at least 2 of them. So let's see how it play out. But yeah, has my expectations truly changed? My expectation was, I'm gonna be honest with you, like I said, it's been incomplete. It's more like the West, in my opinion, is the top 2. Top 3 potentially. Fred VanVleet's injury maybe and not Houston down, but it's OKC, Denver. And low-key think Denver gonna get OKC this year. But Denver, OKC, Denver. And then 3 through like 10. Anybody can finish 3. Anybody can finish 10. Between San Antonio, I'm inserting them in this. Memphis, Dallas, Houston potentially, if Houston's not 3,
We got
Lakers,
LA still in there.
Clippers,
Both LA teams. Yeah.
Golden State with Jimmy
Golden
Butler
State.
and Steph in them for a full season. Although they super old, just like the Clippers, they had Horford made them old, but I feel like any of those teams can finish anywhere from 3 to 10. And it's going to depend on injuries and different type of things. So that's why I say it's been incomplete, because my expectation is they're in that conglomerate of teams, and I have no idea what they're going to finish in that.
Yeah,
within the teams.
Yeah, the West is for sure going to be a gauntlet this year. I feel like it's going to be one of the toughest years to get a home court advantage. I've been in football mode because, I'm covering my school, doing the play-by-play and commentary. I'm in football mode, but home court advantage. So it's going to be very hard. When it comes to me, my expectations haven't changed on the team, but when it comes to players, I believe Ty Jerome would be again in 6 Man of the Year talks, and I feel like Cedric Howard would be at least second team all rookie. I truly believe that. I think those two are very realistic from what I've seen, because I feel like Cedric Howard's only going to get better as he gets game reps. And I feel like Ty Jerome's going to be better the more games he play in Tomas Islo's system. So those are the two I feel like is going to be great for us this year. But yeah, that pretty much does it. But before we get out of here, we have to do our FanDuel pick of the week. I don't bet like that, but I do bet from time to time. Parrish, I know you bet a little bit. Do you have a pick, or do you want me to go first?
I ain't betting almost 2 years. So.
But we still got to pay out. Do you have a bet, or you want me to hit it?
I got one. You said of the week. Does it have to be something for this week, or it can be like I be like I said, writing on these articles. I seen the Grizzlies over under total like so many times.
Yeah,
been writing about
it. Can be anything,
Give me over the 30. Give me over the 39.5 that they got them on FanDuel. 39.5.
Yeah,
I'll take the over easily.
I'm taking that. Yeah, I'm easily taking that. Us not winning 40 games. Yeah, that's a very, very, very bad place to live in. But I don't think we're gonna live in that reality. But I like that. My pick of the week is something for this week, and it's Ole Miss versus Georgia. Ole Miss is at Georgia, and Georgia is a -110, -7.5 point favorite to knock off Ole Miss in Ole Miss. I'm gonna take Ole Miss on that one. I think Georgia is vulnerable, so I think Ole Miss is gonna walk into Athens and get a W. But that's all we have for today. Again, I appreciate Parrish for again tapping in back with us again. As always, you can reach the No Bluffin podcast on all platforms, all the Bluff City media platforms, the Anthony Sane Show, the Two Buck Show, Tigers Untapped. Watch everybody again. Follow Parrish and everything that he's doing. He's writing. He does stuff on Twitter. He writes all the time. He's always writing, and he's be helping me with my writing. He's always writing, tapping with him. Yes, literally. Anything else you want to hit on before you get out of here, Parrish?
I know, man. Appreciate you inviting me on, man. Good job in the hosting seat. I know it ain't what you used to.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You,
hopefully,
man. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, man. The comments, let me know how I did. This is completely new for me, and this will be what it's gonna be for the next few weeks until my boy Mr. Ingram comes back. So hopefully, I did a pretty good job. But as always, that is No Bluffin podcast. As we always say, do something that makes you feel good. And as always, go Grizz.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the No Bluffing Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of all things Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.
Before I started at point guard.